ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रं सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायात्तवस्त्रं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यं भगवत गीता का ध्यान श्लोकस। ओम पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनी अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय दीप्तामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतथा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवा। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। हम 15 चैप्टर कवर कर रहे थे इन द लास्ट क्लास। We just covered a few verses. In 15th chapter, the tree of life is presented. This tree of creation has roots above and the branches are below. The roots are above because that is a karanam. Okay, the roots represent the cause and the branches represent this creation, which is an effect. So this creation comes from Ishvara. So Ishvara, through his Maya, he has manifest this creation. So Ishvara happens to be the roots which you have to explore. This creation is endless. No matter how much you explore, there is a lot more to be uh, uh, left to be explored. आप देखिए, when you go for a world tour, you cannot tour the whole world. Okay, you can only tour some places in the whole world. So आप जितना भी देखेंगे और भी बाकी रहेगा देखना लायक. Right, so this is Ashwatham Prahuravyayam. This tree of creation is vast and endless, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. The roots are on top. The roots are coming from Ishvara. So The Bhagavad Gita says that this tree of life, so you can get lost in it. What you need to do is to find your origin. When you find your origin, you are cutting this tree of samsara. Many people talk about samsara as a chain of life and death. Rather, I would talk about samsara as a life of dependence. जब तक आप अपने आ, अपने से अलग चीज़ों पर डिपेंड करते हैं, ओके, सो यू आर ऑलवेज इन स्ट्रेस बिकॉज भरोसा नहीं होता है वेदर आई कैन डिपेंड ऑन और नॉट. आई कैन नॉट डिपेंड ऑन द वेदर. आई कैन नॉट डिपेंड ऑन the other people, whether they are angry birds or whether they are sad people. I cannot depend on that. I cannot depend on them to make me happy. I cannot depend on the stock exchange to make me happy because it keeps going up and down. Anything that I depend on, I cannot depend on my doctors also because my doctors also make mistakes. So whom can I depend on? So well, the teacher says depend on Ishvara because he is the root. And in fact, that Ishvara is right here, right within you. And that Ishvara is non different from you. When you discover that reality, you become totally independent no matter what happens. जो हुआ वो अच्छा हुआ. जो नहीं हुआ वो भी आ, अच्छा हुआ. जो हो रहा है वो भी अच्छा हो रहा है. ओके, जो होने वाला है वो भी अच्छा होगा. So don't worry about situations. Situations you can never depend on 100%. Therefore, make your informed choice and see how much you can depend on different things. But they are all relative. The absolute dependence is on yourself. In fact, know yourself. You're totally independent. Okay? आपको दुनिया का किसी चीज़ भी चुभेगा नहीं. Why? Because you know things are what they are. Okay, things are what they are. So sometimes khushi, sometimes gum. So don't worry about khushi and gum. Take it as it comes. This will come and this will go also. ये आने वाला है, जाने वाले हैं. हम तो रहने वाले हैं. ये हम कौन है? हमारा शरीर नहीं. हमारा शरीर भी आने वाला जाने वाला है. हमारा मन भी आने वाला जाने वाला है. लेकिन हमारे अंदर जो चैतन्य है, that conscious, that spark of consciousness which is there, okay, that is really nothing but Ishvara ka swarup. So my conscious nature is nothing but Ishwar's reality, and that reality is totally independent. This knowledge of the self which is totally independent, knowledge makes you free. Okay, Bhagavad Gita says this again and again. Ignorance about yourself makes you a samsari dependent on situations. Knowledge of yourself makes you free from being a samsari. So, if you have knowledge, whether you have one birth or 10 births or million births does not matter. You are independent of situations, right? If you don't have this knowledge, even after 100 births, you will still be dependent. तो ये बात है गीता का मैसेज. यू आर व्हाट यू आर कंप्लीट एज यू आर सिक्योर एज यू आर फुलफिल्ड एज यू आर राइट हियर राइट नाउ, राइट. I will share the screen with you. Okay, दिखाई दे रहा है? This tree of life. Okay, okay. This tree of life has to be cut. So Ashwattamenam Suvirudha Moolam असंग शस्त्रेण दृढ़ेन छित्वा, इसको काटना है। और आ, काटना है, कैसा काटना है? असंग शस्त्र से। असंग शस्त्र मीन्स द वेपन ऑफ डिटैचमेंट. सो लर्न टू डिटैच योरसेल्फ फ्रॉम ऑल डिपेंडेंस. Okay, many people say detachment is very difficult because uh, we love people, we love things, so we are attached to them. Okay, so when I say detach yourself from the dependence on these things. Okay, you don't have to detach from people, you don't have to detach from things, but detach from the dependence on these things. इनके ऊपर प्यार करो, लेकिन उन ये रहेंगे, हमेशा रहेंगे, हमेशा मुझे सुख देंगे, ऐसा विचार को त्याग करो. इसको कहते हैं डिटैचमेंट. ओके, डिटैच योरसेल्फ फ्रॉम द रॉन्ग नोशन दैट दिस विल गिव मी फुलफिलमेंट. ये हमें पूर्णता नहीं दे सकता है, ये हमें कुछ कुछ दे सकता है, लेकिन सब कुछ तो कोई भी नहीं दे सकता है. नो वन पर्सन कैन फुलफिल यू कंप्लीटली. No one thing can fulfill you completely. And this entire universe is not enough to fulfill you completely. आप जिधर भी जाओ, जो भी अनुभव करो, whatever you do and how much ever you build up your resources, it is never enough. Okay, that is why you find the richest man in the world is investing his money to become more rich. Correct? The richest person in the world is investing to become more rich. That means where is the limit? You cannot depend, because जितना भी है वो कम है. So depend on the reality of yourself. This is the message of the Gita. You come to verse number 7. ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनःषष्ठानि इंद्रियाणि प्रकृतिस्थानि कर्षति. One amsha, one part of me, Ishvara says, Lord Krishna says, one part of me, Mamaiva Amshaha, Jiva Loke, in this world of mortals, Jiva Bhutaha, has become a mortal as if. One part of me has become a mortal as if in this mortal world. Okay? And even though it is appearing in this mortal world, it is Sanatanaha. Sanatanaha means it is eternal. Even though my aspect has become a jiva in this mortal world, it is not mortal, it is eternal. And it is associated with manaha shashtani indriyani. It is associated with the mind and the sense organs. Okay, the mind and the sense organs are associated with this jiva, which is nothing but my eternal self. One part of it has become the jiva. ओके, सो ईश्वरः कहते हैं मैं ईश्वर हूँ, लेकिन मेरा एक अंश जीव बन के बैठा है. ओके, आई हैव बिकम अ जीव associated with the mind and the sense organs. So if I ask you, who are you can say, I am a jiva with mind and sense organs. Or if you understand what Krishna says, you can say, I am the Lord of the universe. I have become a jiva, as if in this mortal world I appear as a mortal, but really speaking, I am Sanatana. मेरा स्वरूप है सनातन. So shariram yadavapnoti. Now this jiva, now at the end of the lifespan, तो इस शरीर को छोड़ना पड़ता है. So जब जब नया शरीर को अपनाता है, this jiva takes on a new birth, it takes on a new sharira. शरीरम यदवाप्नोति, जब नया शरीर पाता है, यच्छापि उत्क्रामति ईश्वरः, ये अंदर जो ईश्वर है शरीर को पाता है और शरीर से उत्क्रमण करता है. ही मूव्स अवे फ्रॉम दिस बॉडी गृहीत्वा एतानि संयाति. सो मन और सेंस ऑर्गन्स को साथ में लेके keeps on traveling. Okay, this is the jiva who takes birth and rebirth. So this jiva is actually nothing but one aspect of Ishvara. Ishvara is everywhere, but Ishvara manifests in different forms, in different bodies, as different jivas. ईश्वर एक है, एक ही ईश्वर अलग अलग शरीर और मन के द्वारा अलग अलग जीव के रूप में विराजमान है. नहीं? So the interesting thing is, the jiva moves from one sharira to another, goes from birth to death and again to a new birth. Utkramantam sitam vapi, verse 10. Utkramantam sitam vapi, bhunjanam va gunanvitam, vimudhananupashyanti, pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. जैसा जैसा the jiva moves away from this body and it assumes a new body. In that new body, it is seated and it enjoys the world of objects. So the jiva is experiencing the world of objects, and in this experience you get sukha and dukkha. This sukha and dukkha are part of your karma phala. Whatever karmas that you have done in past lives, you are experiencing the results of those karmas. So you get sukha or dukkha. Good karma gives you sukha, wrong karma gives you dukkha. In this lifetime, you might have done a lot of good deeds, but you can still get dukkha if your past bank balance shows a negative balance. Okay? Your past karma show a negative balance. You can do a lot of good karma now, but still you are in deficit. Okay, and if you have done a lot of good karma in the past, now you are spending, and this lifetime is only खर्चा है, आमदनी नहीं है. लेकिन फिर भी पहला का बैंक बैलेंस जो है, डिपॉजिट है, that is enough to cover your losses. Okay, this past karma takes care of your present life. That is the karma phala. And all these experiences are associated with the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. Okay, through sattva you experience sukha, through rajas you experience a lot of agitation, through tamas you experience a lot of grief and unhappiness. So all this is part of Ishvara's Leela. One aspect of Ishvara has become the Jiva, and now that Ishvara is playing in this universe as an individual. Not one individual, but many individuals. So one has become many. Okay. Now Krishna talks about verse number 16. Dvavimau purushau loke ksharascha akshara evacha ksharas sarvani bhutani kutastokshara uchyate. एक मिनट, just a minute. भगवान कहते हैं, I have two forms. I am called as two different personalities. Dvau imau purushau loke. There are two personalities which are manifestation of Ishvara. Ksharascha akshara evacha. One is a changing personality that accounts for this changing universe. This changing universe also is myself. I am present as a Kshara Purusha. I have become this universe which is constantly changing. इसको कहते हैं क्षर पुरुष. क्षर माने that which keeps changing moment to moment. This is what Buddha said, sarvam kshanikam kshanikam. Okay. He also said sarvam dukkham dukkham. This is the Kshara Purusha. Everything is changing, and of course you get sukha also. Everything is not dukkha, there is sukha also. But sukha also is changing. When sukha changes, so you feel bad. Sukha chale gaya. Okay. And when you get one sweet, आपका बचपन में, so you are being you are getting sweet, somebody's birthday, and you got one sweet, you became happy. You saw the other fellow, he got two sweets. What happened to you? You became unhappy. Okay. That same one sweet made you happy. That same one sweet made you unhappy also, because other fellow got two. So this is the nature of sukha. So sukha is always, there is some uh, trace of dukkha. Okay. And of course, in every cloud there is a silver lining. हर दुख में कुछ ना कुछ, there is a saving grace. Therefore, this is the Kshara Purusha. Ishvara has manifested as a changing universe. You can ask me, why does dukkha happen? Why is Ishvara giving me dukkha? Well, Ishvara is not giving you dukkha. Ishvara is playing a game in which he is giving himself dukkha. अपने आप को दुख दे रहा है. This is just a leela. It is a game for Ishvara. So, in his sankalpa, he desired, may I become many, and he created this universe, and he is participating in this universe as different jivas. What is the second aspect of Ishvara? Akshara Purusha. I am the Akshara Purusha. I am the unchanging Ishvara, the one who is a Karanam. When you talk about Kshara Purusha, that is Karyam. Karyam means the creation. When you talk about Ishvara as Akshara Purusha, he is Karanam. तो ईश्वर कौन है? He is Karyam. He is also Karanam. He is Shara Purusha. He is also Akshara Purusha. इसके अलावा उत्तमः पुरुषस्तु अन्यः. There is one more hidden personality, which is Uttama, which is the ultimate, absolute, the highest nature of Ishvara. Paramatma iti udaharitaha. It is known as Param Atma. Param is absolute, Param is the highest, Atma is that which is conscious. Atma means Aham, Atma means मैं. मैं हूँ, मैं चेतन हूँ. This is called the Atma. मैं हूँ, मैं चेतन हूँ. Okay. मैं शरीर हूँ, that is a mistake. मैं हूँ ये तो सही है, मैं शरीर हूँ ये तो गलत है. ओके. मैं हूँ, मैं चेतन हूँ. ओके. मन भी चेतन है, वो गलत है. मैं चेतन हूँ ये सही है. मैं हूँ सही है, शरीर है ये गलत है. शरीर तो दिखता है, इट appears as a reality, but सर्वम क्षणिकम क्षणिकम. ओके. सब कुछ क्षणिक है. That means what is the so called शरीर? It is just like a wave in the ocean. आप बताओ, ये तरंग जो है समुद्र में, ये तरंग क्या होता है? आप हमको डेमोन्स्ट्रेट करके दिखाओ, हमको टेस्ट ट्यूब में दिखाओ तरंग क्या होता है. कैन यू डू दैट? You cannot take a wave in the test tube and say this is a wave. हाँ, जरूर आप वीडियो निकाल सकते हैं, but as soon as the wave comes, it is going also. So wave is nothing but a changing series of conditions. The wave is nothing but a changing series of conditions for which you give a label. You give a label, this is a wave. शरीर भी वैसा ही है. You give a label to this object. You say this is the body. Okay. This body is like a wave. पैदा हुआ तभी से बढ़ता जा रहा है और घटता भी जा रहा है. The body is growing, the body is also slowing. Right? So this is just a series of conditions. You give it a label. This is a body. Okay. Again, if you look at this body, which is body? Head is body, neck is body, fingers are body, leg is body. Which is body? All this together is body. That means body is just a collection. Body is just a collection of many things. Okay. So what you call as body is just a label. शरीर है ये तो गलत बात है. मैं हूँ ये तो सही बात है. सो मैं कौन हूँ? मैं शरीर नहीं हूँ, मैं मन नहीं हूँ, मैं परम आत्मा हूँ. सो दिस परम आत्मा इज सेड टू बी उत्तम पुरुष. उत्तम पुरुष सबसे ऊपर वाला पुरुष, जो क्षर भी नहीं है, अक्षर भी नहीं है, उत्तम है. द चेंजिंग ईश्वर is this universe, the unchanging universe, unchanging Ishvara is the seed for this universe, is a Karana, and the reality which is Ishvara is a Uttama Purusha. The reality alone remains. Ksharam Aksharam chale jayega. Ksharam will go, Aksharam also will go, because Aksharam also is relatively changeless. Relatively changeless. Think of the seed and the tree. Okay. The tree is constantly changing. Correct. It is growing. The seed जो है आपको दिखता है any change? The seed seems to be changeless. The tree seems to be changing. But both seed and the tree, Karya and Karana, actually are changing. The seed transforms into the tree. The seed transforms into the tree. Okay. So when everything is changing, what is the platform for change? The platform for change is Paramatma Uttamaha Purusha. And this Uttama Purusha, Yo Lokatrayam Avishya Vibharti Avyaya Ishwaraha. This Uttama Purusha is the one who is all pervading and he supports this entire universe. He supports the Akshara Purusha, he supports the Akshara Purusha. Having talked about this, 19th verse, Krishna says, Anybody who knows my real nature, yo mam evam asammudaha janati purushottama. Those who know me, the Purushottama, without any confusion. Sa Sarvavit, such a person knows everything. If he knows the highest reality, he knows everything about creation. Creation is Ishvara, the cause of creation is Ishvara, and the reality of creation also is creation, is Ishvara. So Sarvavit, Sarvabhavena, Sarvavit Bhajati Mam. मुझे पा लेता है. The one who knows me in my real nature, he gains my nature, he becomes one with me. So this is Krishna's message. Some people say no Ishvara. Krishna says no Ishvara. Okay? No Ishvara, K-N-O-W. So no को एक K डालो, एक W डालो, no Ishvara. If you know Ishvara, you become fulfilled and you don't have to wait. This knowledge itself fulfills you. After knowledge, you don't have to put any effort to become fulfilled. This knowledge itself makes you realize you are complete, you are secure, you are fulfilled right here, right now. Okay, so this is the 15th chapter. Krishna says in the last verse, इति गुह्यतमं शास्त्रम इदम उक्तम मया नघ. ये शास्त्र जो मैं बता रहा हूँ ये तो एकदम गुह्य है. This is a great secret. This is the most secret of all knowledge. Etad buddhva, having realized this, having known this, buddhiman syat, become a wise person, krita krityasya bharata, become a person who is totally fulfilled. आपको किसी चीज का जरूरत नहीं है, आप कुछ बनने का जरूरत नहीं है, आपको कुछ करने का जरूरत नहीं है, आप तो कृतकृत्य है, आप तो absolutely fulfilled hai. So this fulfillment comes through the knowledge of Ishvara as Paramatma. Okay. So three aspects of Ishvara: Kshara Purusha, Akshara Purusha, Uttama Purusha. Okay. So this Uttama Purusha is also known as Purushottama. Uttama Purusha, Purusha Uttama. So Purushottama. Om Tat Sat iti Srimad Bhagavat Gitasu Upanishadsu ब्रह्म विद्यायाम योगशास्त्रे श्री कृष्णार्जुन योग संवादे पुरुषोत्तम योग. This chapter is known as the yoga of the highest Purusha. The word Purusha itself is very interesting. Pura Ushati, इस नगरी में जो बसता है उसको पुरुषोत्तम कहते हैं. ये पुरी है, ये पुरी के अंदर, ये नगरी के अंदर जो बसता है चैतन्य उसे पुरुषोत्तम कहते हैं. सो पुरुष. ओके. ऑल्सो जो पूर्ण रूप से सभी चीज को भर देता है. द वन हु फिल्स अप एवरीथिंग. दिस एंटायर यूनिवर्स इज फिल्ड अप बाय हूम? दैट इज पुरुष. ओके. पूरयति सर्वम. द वन हु फिल्स अप एवरीथिंग is called Purusha. The limitless Purusha is Akshara Purusha. Pura Ushati iti Purusha, that is the Atma. Okay. So that Ishvara is present as this Atma. There's one very interesting movie, Eat, Pray and Love. Okay. That is by Julia Roberts, I think. So she comes to India and she learns something very interesting about Indian culture. She says, God is everywhere. He is present in you. He is also present as you. God is present everywhere. He is present in you. He is present as you. So tell me, who are you? आप कौन हैं? आप तो ईश्वर हैं, लेकिन जीव के अवतार में आए हुए हैं. ओके, आपका स्वरूप ईश्वर है और आपका लीला रूप है दिस जीव. So you are Ishvara having taken on the avatar of a jiva. Krishna also says, I am not this Krishna who was born yesterday. I was there even before the birth of Vivaswan. Before the birth of creation, I existed. Therefore, I am not this avatar Krishna. I am the original Krishna. Okay. You also can say that. I am not this avatar Jiva. I am the original Ishvara. The next three chapters are very interesting. They talk more about different kinds of people and different values of life, how people uh, live a life which is authentic, and how people live a hypocritical life also. दोनों भी दिखाते हैं. There are two types of people in the 16th chapter. This is called Daiva Asura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. Okay, Daiva means divine characteristics. Asura, so uh, uh, very evil characteristics. So there are two type of people. Some people are very ethical, very straightforward, and very kind, very compassionate. The other type of people are either hypocrites or arrogant people, and they are totally selfish, and they keep on creating trouble for others. This is a asura. Okay. So we have two types of personalities within us. One is a divine personality, one is a asuric personality. Right? These differences are caused by the three aspects of Prakriti called Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. आपको जितना सत्व बढ़ता है, you will become more and more noble, more and more ethical, more and more value based. आपको रजस और तमस जितना बढ़ता है, you will start compromising on your values and make yourself and others unhappy. So Krishna says there are two type of personalities. In fact, both personalities are part of your makeup. You have to decide what you are. Are you Daivika or are you Asurik? Okay. You make the choice. Do I want to move towards divine qualities? Do I want to move towards Asuric qualities? So, Krishna gives some qualities of the divine uh, embodiment. Abhayam, fearless, sattva samshuddhi. So, purity of mind, jnana yoga vyavastitihi, the ability to stay with knowledge, danam, charity, damaha, self-control, yajnaha, so performing rituals, swadhyaya, study of the Vedas, tapaha, so austerities, arjavam, straightforwardness, ahimsa, satyam, akrodha. ये सब योग में आता है ना. Shama, this thing, what is that? Yama, niyama. So, ahimsa, satyam, akrodha, tyagah, shantihi, apaishunam. Daya bhuteshu, compassion to all beings. Mardavam, so mridu bhavam means a soft nature, not a hard nature, a soft nature, very compassionate, very kind. Hrihi, modesty, achapalam, so steadiness, So the ability not to get thrown off balance by the passing wind. So all this are a characteristic of a person who's got Devi Sampatti. Verse number 3 says, Tejaha Kshama Dhritihi Shaucham Adroho Nati Manita. Tejaha, brightness, Kshama is the ability to forgive, Dhritihi, so determination, Shaucham, cleanliness, Adroham, non enemical thinking. So you don't think of anybody as an enemy. Nati Manita, no self importance. So all this are Daivi Sampat. They are the qualities of a person who is noble by nature. Opposite of this is Dambo Darpaha Abhimanascha. Damba is hypocrisy, Darpa is arrogance, Abhimana. Abhimana is all the time thinking of yourself, selfishness. Krodha, anger, Parushyam, harshness. आप बोलते भी हार्श है, आप करते भी हार्श है, आप सोचते भी हार्श. ओके, हार्श माने कठोर, कटु ने कठोर. Okay, ajnanam. Ajnanam is ignorance. So you don't know the difference between good and not good. Somewhere you think, uh, I read this quotation long time back. It was part of an advertisement. Lawman's Jeans. Okay, this was the company. Lawman's Jeans. Uh, I know the difference between good and bad, and I like bad. Okay, see the quotation. I know the difference between good and bad, and I like bad. So this is a advertisement for Lawman's Jeans, right? So this is the ajnanam. You think good is bad and bad is good. This is called ajnanam. Such people are said to be asuri sampat. They are endowed with evil nature. Krishna says in verse number 5, Daivi Sampat Vimokshaya. So a divine nature leads to moksha, leads to liberation from samsara, liberation from birth and death. Nibandaya Asuri Mata. The Asura Sampat leads to bondage. You keep on sinking into deeper and deeper, uh, uh, you can say, embodiments in which there is greater and greater unhappiness for you. And Krishna tells Arjuna, do not worry, he Pandava, Daivi Sampadam Abhijatosi. You are born to a noble uh, embodiment. Okay, you are born in a noble embodiment, so you are possessing all the good qualities. Therefore, don't worry. Sometimes you may wonder, am I really good or not? But on the whole, Krishna assures Arjuna, you are born with Daivi Sampat. In fact, anybody who wishes good for themselves and others, they are all born of Daivi Sampat. Therefore, trust yourself. You are basically a noble uh, type of personality. All you need to do is to work on yourself, become a better person. This is called spiritual growth. Become a better person, more compassionate, more tolerant, and more initiative. Okay. So all this is part of Daivi Sampat. Having talked about this, Krishna goes at great length to talk about Asuri Sampat, the people who are destructive, the people who uh, do not work for what they want, they pick another person's pocket, and also they're constantly counting their resources. I earned this much today, tomorrow I will earn this much. I am great, there's nobody as great as me. So all these thoughts are part of Asura Sampat. Also, today I have destroyed this enemy, tomorrow I will destroy that enemy. So these are the constant agitating thoughts that are part of Asura Sampat. This Asura Sampat, Krishna says, there are three main reasons which will throw you to a life of sorrow. Trividham narakasya idam, verse 21. Okay. Trividham narakasya idam dwaram. There are three gates to uh, to a life that you experience in Naraka. Naraka is the deepest uh, hell where you get only dukkha. So there are three doorways to this Naraka which destroy you as a person. What is that? Kamaha, Krodhaha, Tatha Lobhaha. Kama is obsessive desire. Krodha is obsessive anger. And Lobha is obsessive greed. Okay, all this they do not, you never know where to stop. Kama is desire. You fulfill one desire, one more comes. You keep on trying to fulfill it, it keeps on coming more and more. So it is like fire. आप जितना भी फायर को खिलाओ, you give it fuel, it will eat that fuel and say, I want more, I want more, I want more. Kama is like that, Krodha is like that, Lobha is like that. Tasmad etat trayam tyajet. Therefore, please let go of these three enemies that will destroy your life. Etair vimukta kaunteya tamodvare tribir naraha. If you are free from these three doorways to hell, acharati atmana shreyam, you will be blessing yourself, you will be delivering shreyas to yourself. अपने आप को श्रेय पहुंचाएंगे. ततो याति पराम गतिम. And thereafter you will reach the highest destination, that is oneness with Ishvara. So this is the 16th chapter. The 17th again is very interesting chapter. It talks about different kinds of activities which people do. Three uh, three types of food, three types of the prayer, three types of yajna, three types of dana, tapas, etc. Arjuna asks a question. Ye shastra vidim utsraja. First verse. Those people who do not follow what the shastra says, but they have shraddha. Okay. Whatever they do, they have shraddha, therefore they are doing it. But they are not following the Dharma Shastra. What the Shastra says, they are not following. They do according to their own thinking. So, whatever they think is best, that is what they do. Tesham nishtatu kam ka Krishna. So, for such people, how do you categorize them? Will they come under Sattva, Rajas, or Tamas? Okay, they don't care about the Shastra. They do whatever they want to do, but with great intention, with great Shraddha. So, such people, will they fall under Sattva, Rajas, or Tamas? Krishna says, you can divide Shraddha. Shraddha itself can be divided into Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Okay, you can have a noble intention, that is Sattva. You can have an aggressive intention, you want to become bigger and bigger by swallowing others. that is rajas, and there is a destructive type of thinking or carelessness, so that will come under tamas. Those people who have shraddha in uh, procrastination, keep on आज नहीं कल करेंगे, आज करे सो कल करो. You heard this? Kabir said कल करे सो आज करो, आज करे तो अब. Okay, पल में मिट जाएगा प्रलय. So pralay can come anytime, death can come anytime. Don't wait to do things tomorrow, do it today and complete it. The people who are constantly postponing, they have a different philosophy. आज करे सो कल करे सो परसों, इतना भी जल्दी क्या है, जीना है हमें बरसों. Okay, so this is called the tamas. So they have shraddha in tamas. यजन्ते सात्विका देवान यक्ष रक्षांसि राजसाहा. वर्स नंबर 4. जो सात्विक लोग होते हैं, they also worship the devatas. Those people who are having uh, rajas predominant, they worship the yakshas and the deva rakshasas, the demigods, and pretan bhuta gananscha anye yajante tamasa janaha. The people who have predominantly tamas in them, they worship the pretas, the the dead, the dead souls. So the spirits, you can say, they invoke the spirits and they try to control the spirits to their rituals. So, of course, for doing something for destructive purpose. Okay, so those who pray for destructive purpose, they come under tamas. Those who pray in order to grow big and powerful, they come under rajas. Those people who pray to the devatas for self improvement, they are coming under sattva. Right? Now Krishna says there are, for this sattva, rajas, tamas, you can see in every aspect of life. You can see it in even in ahara. Ahara is your eating. Whatever you eat, the type of food that you prefer shows your nature. Are you sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic? Aharastvapi sarvasya trivido bhavati priyaha. So these three type of people, they find three different types of food which are dear to them. Similarly, not only ahara, but yajnaha, tapaha, danam. In yajna, when you do a yajna ritual, there are three types of people who do yajnas for different purpose, three types of tapas, three types of charity also. Okay, what is this ahara? Verse number 8 says, a healthy food improves your lifespan. Ayuhu, it improves your lifespan. Verse number 8. Sattva, sattva is your mind. Bala is your strength. Arogya is your health. Sukha is your joy. Priti is your, uh, you can say, uh, Priti is your goodwill. So Vivardhanaha, that which increases all this. So that type of food is said to be sattvic. Okay. Rasyaha snigdaha. It should be rasa. That should be good taste. It should be snigdha. It should be not a watery or not fully solid. It should be snigdham. Snigdham means it should have some proper consistency. Sthiraha. It should remain. It should not decompose very fast. It should remain fresh. Hridyaha, it should be appealing to your heart. Ahara satvika priyaha, this type of food is loved by the satvika person. What about rajas? Katu, amla, lavana, atyushna, tikshna, ruksha, vidahina. Katu is kadwa, amla is sour, lavana is too much of salt, ati ushna too spicy, तीक्ष्ण या टू हॉट, हॉट सब कुछ गरम गरम खाना है. Okay, so starting from your chai onwards. Tikshna, it is very spicy. Ruksha, ruksha, it is very dry. Vidahinaha, it is burning. Okay, it burns your body. That type of food is said to be rajasa priyaha. For tamasic people, yata yamam, those food that is gone beyond its uh, time. It is leftover food. It is, uh, uh, you can say, the food which has been kept for long time, so it is getting decomposed. Yata yamam, gatarasam, the taste has gone. Puti, it is smelling. Paryushitam, it is unclean. Uchishtam, uchishtam is uh, leftover food. So this type of food is loved by the person who is tamasic. Okay. So again, three types of yajna is talked about. So sattvic person does a yajna with great shraddha. He follows the shastra and he does not do it for show. He does it for spiritual growth. Whereas the rajasic person does it more for show. Tamasic person does it more as it is a burden. Okay. Oh, I have to do my puja. So it is a big burden for him. It's a headache. So wherever possible, he'll try to find shortcuts. So this is the person who has got some shraddha in the yajna, but it is tamasic. It is not sattvic. Now about tapas, the very interesting. Three types of, three levels of tapas. One is at the mind, the second is at the speech, third is at the level of the body. Three types of tapas is talked about. So the shariram tapa, the tapas at the level of the body is said to be, verse 14, Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam. So offer worship or honor the devatas, honor the brahmanas, honor the guru, honor the wise people. So if you respect the wise people, if you respect the guru, if you respect the Brahmins who are studying the Shastra, are studying and teaching the Vedas, they are said to be Dvijas. Devatas, the Devatas, the one who rule over the different aspects of nature. So if you have a sense of respect and you offer your respect on a daily, regular basis, so that comes as Sharira Tapas. Again, cleanliness, Arjavam, straightforwardness, Brahmacharyam, so self control, Ahimsa, non hurting. All this comes under Sharira Tapas. Vak Tapas, Anudvekakaram Vakyam. Do not use words that will agitate people. So learn to use pleasant words. Satyam, it should be truthful. Priyam, it should be acceptable words. And hitam, it should be something that is uh, purposeful. So this type of words are said to be vak tapas. Also swadhyaya and abhyasa. Swadhyaya is the study of the Vedas. Abhyasa is the, uh, you can say, keep on, uh, keep on uh, revising whatever you have studied. Keep on revising. That is the abhyasa. All this becomes vak tapas. Mana prasadam. The pleasant condition of the mind, prasada, prasanna chitta, a sense of joy in the mind, you are able to retain. So don't give in to depression. Keep your mind uh, fresh and cheerful. Mana prasada saumyatvam. Saumyatvam is saumyata is pleasantness. Okay, peaceful. Maunam. Maunam means uh, may you not overthink. Overthinking is agitation. Maunam is silence your mind. You use your mind only when necessary. Otherwise, just keep silent. Maunam, Atma Vinigraha. So, the ability to trust yourself. So, what you say, what you do, what you think are one and the same. If you give a promise, you will keep it. Okay, that is Atma Vinigraha. Bhava Samshuddhi, purity of thought. All this is Manaha Tapas. Even in Tapas, there is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. We don't have time for all this. Uh, Regarding Dhanam, charity also is part of spiritual growth. Even in spirituality, you can have different attitudes. Some people are spiritual all the way. Some people are spiritual only for show, and some people are spiritual for the wrong reasons. Okay, they participate in spirituality, but actually they are uh, more interested in destructive purpose rather than improving themselves. So this dhanam also you have sattva rajas tamas. So the best type of dhanam is said to be verse 20. Datavyam iti yad dhanam. So datavyam, मुझे देना चाहिए. It is good for me to give. Datavyam. So I want to give. So with this attitude, when you give charity, that is the best type of charity. Diyate anupakarine. You give charity to somebody without any expectation of upakara. Don't think of it that you are doing upakara to someone. You're, don't think of it that you are helping someone. Think of it as something it is good for me to give. When you give, let it be in such a way that both the giver and the receiver are honored. Okay, the receiver, you honor the person when you give. Don't give with the condensation. Okay, condescending attitude don't have. So treat that person with respect. When you give it. It is my uh, you can say privilege. It is my privilege to offer you something. So do it with that attitude. Deshe kale cha patre cha. Give it to the right person at the right time in the right place. So when you give it to the wrong person in the wrong time, wrong place, it is not dhanam. It is more of a transaction. Right? So this type of dhanam where you don't expect anything in return, so that is said to be satvikam. This is the dhanam. Okay. Now Krishna defines uh, two or three words, Om, Tat and Sat. Verse number 23, Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshaha. These are the three words, Brahmanaha Trividaha Smritaha. So they represent uh, Ishvara, Brahman, in three different ways. He is addressed as Om, Ishvara is addressed as Tat and Sat. Okay, these are the three words which are used for Ishvara, Om, Tat, Sat. These three words are associated with uh, the Brahmanaha, with the people who are uh, studying and teaching the Vedas. They are the Brahmanas. They're associated with the Vedas. They're also associated with yajnas. So in the Brahmana, when he's doing a ritual, he will chant Om. Okay, and the Vedas also, when you're chanting the Vedas or when you are reading the Veda, there also Om Tat Sat comes. Yajnas also, rituals also, Om Tat Sat is used. So they are all representing the names of Ishvara. So all yajna, dana, tapa, kriya, everything, when you do it, you chant Om Tat Sat. So it purifies that activity. Okay. Verse 27 and 28. Yajne tapasi dane cha sthitihi saditi uchyate. So when you are constantly practicing yajna, tapas, danam in the right spirit, in the right way, so that activity itself is said to be sat. It is said to be noble. Karma chaiva tadarthiyam sad iti eva abhidiyate. All the activities that you do that go towards yajna, dana, tapas, those activities are also said to be sat. They are said to be sat karma. And what about asat karma? Ashraddaya hutam. You do a ritual without shraddha. You do danam dattam. Dattam means that which is given. You do charity without shraddha. You do tapas without shraddha. All this comes under asat karma. So don't go into asat karma, because asat karma comes within asuri sampat. Sat karma comes in daivi sampat. So practice the daivi sampat. Learn to do all activity with a spiritual attitude. All activity that you do, use that activity as part of your spiritual growth. Any activity that you do, it can be done with a spiritual attitude, it will bless you. Therefore, don't think of activities as a burden. Karmas are not a burden, karmas are blessing. So take that karma as part of your spiritual practice. So when you do that, you are a karma yogi. Okay. So with this, we have completed the 17th chapter. The last chapter is remaining. We'll be taking it up next Thursday. Right. We'll just close with a prayer and time for question answers. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah Gobrahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samastaskino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deshoyam Shobharahita Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaः Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaः Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. You'll have to give me feedback about all the classes that you covered so far. So, what was your uh, what was your feedback? What did you like about this, and what can be what you are looking for, which probably can be introduced in the next class. Okay.